All right, so I wanted to go over Once Human, kind of talk about my experience playing this game. I know on Steam there's it's got mixed reviews on Steam, and I know why, but I don't really agree with them, or it's- I don't think it deserves a mixed review, honestly. At the very least, mostly positive. I think it should be. Now, I gotta start off by saying I like the game. I enjoyed my time playing the game. I think it's fun. I think it's a good game. There are some things that I do have problems with. Mostly, they're pretty minor. One of them is the roll mechanic. You don't really move much faster rolling than you do if you're running. There's no iframes in the roll. You still get hit. The roll just looks cool. It's pretty fun. It's pretty useless. There's no point to the roll. Um, I love the combat aspect of the game. Just the being able to it's it's a it's a third person shooter, or you can go ahead and zoom in for a first person. The game is actually really fun. I enjoyed most of my time playing here. The bosses are really cool. Uh, there's like mini bosses throughout the map. It's an open world type situation, and then in each section of the map, you got like these monolith where you go fight a main boss, and then you have your like NPC villages that have their vendors and the story and the main quest. Right now, I'm kind of stuck because I'm waiting for the next phase to drop so I can go ahead and defeat the Forsaken stage 4. The game can be solo played. It is an MMO survival grindy game, but if you don't feel like partnering up with people, you can clear the entirety of the content on your own with without having to play with anybody if that's what you like. Now, you would say, some people would say, why? Oops. Some people would say, why play an MMO if you're just gonna play solo? And it's the idea that there are other people here, like those houses over there, that I'm not alone in the world, right? There's other people doing shit, and when you see them going around doing their own stuff, it's really cool. It lets you know that people are here and they're doing their own thing. Now, I don't want to play with them because I like to play by myself. It's nice to know that there are people doing stuff in the world, that it's kind of living in that sense. Now, some negative reviews I saw about the game, they didn't like how you can see other player housing because they don't like how other players build their houses. But sometimes it just looks like that. It looks like a box with tits. And some people just don't like to see the plain housing. To me, I like it. Like personally, I don't like the design of the house, but I like the fact that it is there because then I know a player built that. That is a player's house. That is someone's house. Someone built that. Someone is actively playing the game with me, and they're somewhere doing their own thing. My house isn't that fancy either. It's also just a block. I just built it, and as I did a there's this thing where you're trying to farm. See if I can find. There's an item that you get. This right here, the Stardust resonant filter. And when you do that, you farm the Star Chrome, which you use on the Gotcha system, or you can just use it to purchase cosmetic gear. When you activate this, what ends up happening is that you get swarmed by mobs, and then you gotta fend off your base while the purification process is happening. If you successfully fend off the base, you get Star Chrome, which you then take it to this little shop here where you can play the gotcha system, roll for cosmetics, or you can go ahead and just straight up go to the blueprint shop and buy some gear, some cosmetics. It's none of these items here are provide an advantage, I would say, because yes, they are stronger than your base items. Yes, they do provide a slight advantage, but this is all free. You get all this for free. The Star Chrome is something you have to farm, and it's not something you can pay for. So here, let me show you what I mean. So we go ahead and go to the shop. Now this is your in-game currency to purchase items with real money. Right here. And if we were to go over to top up, that's all you can buy. You can only buy that in-game currency. I haven't bought any because I don't really feel like it. I'm probably gonna buy the battle pass. Now the battle pass, as you if you can see right now, the normal unpaid battle pass is the only thing that gives you the star chrome. The paid for battle pass has no star chrome in it. This entire game, you can get, the only way to get upgraded gear is by playing the game. You can't buy your upgraded gear. You have to farm it out. And that's really cool. You don't see a lot of free-to-play games do that. And from as far as I can tell, as I've played, there's really no pay to win in here. I head over to the shop. This is just more cosmetics. You get that from the battle pass, those keys. You get 30 if you complete the missions and do what you need to do. So you can still buy a cosmetic. You'll just have to choose. If you want the rest, you'll probably have to get the battle pass. But again, this is only cosmetic. Right here, we got our skins, which again, if you want the skins, you will have to pay real money. But the skins actually do not have any effect. Now, this has that rarity purple color that you see, but it doesn't have any actual effect on the weapon itself. It is just cosmetic. So the only thing you can get with money is cosmetics. There really is no pay to win feature. Let me see here. Now, if you want to play the game for free, and you want to play by yourself, totally doable, totally fun. They're constantly adding new stuff to the game. So every 6 days, the game releases a new phase until I believe 6 weeks pass, and then they're talking about doing a reset. A lot of people aren't excited about that reset. Personally, I can see why they don't like the idea of a reset after 6 weeks, but I think that can be mitigated if the leveling wasn't so grindy. The farming is okay. If you're making how long it took me to farm the items I need was perfectly fine. But leveling up to the max level, if they didn't make that take as long as it did, it took me 3 days. I was late to the game. I was 2 days late because I was taking care of business, and I was still able to level up to 50 in 3 days. But I was playing like 8 hours, 10 hours a day. I was playing a lot. So that's not really feasible for a lot of people. If I were to cut that down to maybe 4 hours a day, which is still a lot for some, you just, that would have been 6 days. And then 12 days, if you cut that in half, if only some people have 2 hours, which some people do, and some people aren't going to play every day. So that gets even further. Some people may end up taking 3 weeks to hit the max level, and that's too long. That's too long, especially when you're gonna do a reset after that. So they are only able to play like in-game content for 3 weeks before it gets reset. If they want to do the resets, I think they should just make leveling a lot easier, make farming a little bit easier. I think the star chrome can stay the same because those are the specialty items. If you really want those, you got to farm that out. But for your basic for the basic crafting stuff, I think if they just reduce that and then increase the amount of XP you get, or decrease the amount of XP you need, I think that'll be fine, because then players will be able to max level in 2 weeks, 1 week to 2 weeks, even when they're busy. And people who like really grind it out can probably max level in a day or two, and I feel like that'll make the reset a little easier for most people, because right now the reset doesn't bother me. That's because I maxed out in 3 days. So from here from here on, I'm just gonna be max level the entire time, because I just need to grind a little bit when the next phase drops. So that's my take on the 6 weeks. Doesn't bother me. completely understand how people feel about it and they don't like it. Let's see here. My favorite skin so far is probably that one's a good one, but that one's not bad. It's probably this one. This one's probably my favorite skin. But honestly, they don't really have a lot of revealing skins. One thing I want to comment here, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you see right here at her ankles, you see how it's slim? This skin right here, which is possibly one of their better skins, gives her some thick ass ankles. Like, I don't know what the fuck happens between the two skins, but look at that. They like widen. I don't know what the hell's going on here. That needs to be fixed because that looks weird as fuck. And the thing is, I believe it's only that skin because you can see that it's thin here. You can't really tell in that one. No, this one too. And I think it's the tennis shoes. Something with the tennis shoes is giving the legs like cankles. Look at that. See, and then you got the stockings back to slim feet. You can't really tell in that one. Can't really tell in that one. Yeah, it's slim here, sorta-ish. I can't really tell. But for this one, for some reason, they get mega thick, and it looks weird as hell. Either way, that's just my only concern with this skin. I do think it should look like that. Either way, it's fine. Not a big deal. That's just something I found that was kind of weird. What else I gotta say about the game? So like I said, I maxed out my level at the moment. I'm level 50. Now, I know some of you are wondering why I'm walking around with the base gear. Why my thick lady here, why my model here is walking around with the base skin. Like I haven't gotten better gear. Of course I've gotten better gear, but this is obviously the best skin that the game has. This is the best set of clothing because it's for science. Yeah, it's for science, and this is which is weird. I do wish they had. I do wish the game had more. Let's just call it what it is. I wish they had more revealing skins. A lot of the clothing is, war torn, kind of weathered out, post apocalyptic, which is absolutely fine because that's the kind of world it is. I'm not complaining about the skins that exist, but for some of us who are generates, we would like skins like, because I know I'm not the only one. More revealing skins will probably be better for the game overall. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it. It's that simple. But I would have loved more revealing skins, and I know some people out there would too. Now, I normally play male characters, and I made the basic male character that I normally play, which is a short dwarf looking character. But the thing is, when I decided to test out the female character creation, it was just too good. So I couldn't say no. So I ended up creating this, and that's what I got. But let's go back to the gear that I was talking about. So right now, what I have is this set. When I actually take the game seriously. Now, I didn't need this set to beat the game. I beat the game using the base, the base stuff. I just upgraded it. And then Renegade Pants. Now, the reason I'm kind of rocking this gear here is because this gives me 8% weak spot damage. 2 items. These 2 items also give me 10% weak spot damage. Now, if I had 4, I can get that level. If I had 3, I can get that level 3 one right there. But that's only on proc after, I believe, killing a monster. If I can stack up to 3 times after a precise kill. So it doesn't really work too well on bosses. So what I ended up doing, instead of opting to get the 3, I just went ahead and got this one, which is a Renegade jacket, which gave me just a constant 10%. So a 10% damage to weak spot. Now, if I'm traveling the world, I'd probably take, like if I'm doing some open world traveling, I would probably take my agent set that I have here and get that that level 3 proc right there. Only because I'd be killing low level mobs, and then I can stack up the weak spot damage by 15% up to 3 times, because I'd be one-shotting the mobs and it'd just be easy to go pop, 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 and keep that stack at 3 stacks. But if I'm going to fight a boss, like in one of the, let me go ahead and change back to this skin I like. But if I wanted to go ahead and take on one of the bosses, I would probably wear my renegade kit. All right. Let's see what else I gotta talk about the game. For the most part, I like all the areas. You got a swamp area down here. You got a kind of like a forest area over here, as well as an industrial kind of forest mountainy area over here. And then to the north, you have the desert. The north portion of the map is the higher level portion of the map. Over here is where you'll have your little 50s. I went here to go investigate it. It's like a solar plant. It was pretty cool. The stages we got here, like the dungeons that you can do, they're called silos. You go there to farm stardust as well as crafting materials and what's it called, blueprints. Let me see if I can find one of the silos here. I know there's one up here, like right here, like this silo. You can go ahead and craft it. I can craft it. You can run it as a group of 4 or solo. I ran everything solo, no problem. I can only imagine with a group of 4, it'll make the runs a lot easier. Now, if you're just trying to farm for XP, I suggest just going with a group. You can clear it faster. But if you're by yourself, it takes me maybe 5 minutes to clear this, and I get roughly 6k. I don't really keep track, just 6 or 7k XP with one run. So that's not bad. You can just keep running these over and over, and at the end you'll get an option to spend these items called controllers to get more loot, or just choose to eliminate the deviation, and you are to eliminate the boss instead of trapping it. And this will allow you to just clear the whole stage, but you only receive currency in return. And what's it called, these the energy links. You'll receive energy links and then a low amount of stardust, or what is it called? This not this, that's controller. This, yeah, stardust. You receive a low amount of stardust. You're gonna need this to get the final levels of your gear. It's called calibration. When you're calibrating your weapons and your armor, you're gonna be using that item towards the end to go ahead and calibrate. Now, I'm not fully calibrated on most of my stuff here. My gun's maxed out, but for my armor, I still got a lot to do. As you can see, it's only 3 of 6 for my pants here, which are 2 of 6. And you need stardust to go ahead and level that up. So you're gonna have to farm that, as well as some special materials depending on what you're trying to level up. Like in this situation, plastic. Now, world traversing, you do have these teleportation towers that you can teleport to, but in order to teleport to it, you'll have to be at another teleportation tower or at your home base. Anywhere on the map, you can always teleport back to your home base, and then from your home base, you can go ahead and teleport to one of the towers. But you have to be like right on it, or else it won't work. Running around will take forever, but it's not bad in the early game because you don't really need to go too far. So running around's okay. One thing I do like is their gliding system. It actually feels like you move faster, or you move about as fast as you run. So I actually like this glider, which is extremely weird because normally if you've played any of the recent free-to-play games, most of them tend to be gachas, like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact. Well, Genshin Impact's pretty old, but Wuthering Waves, or what's another one that has gliding? Oh, I can't really think of one at the moment. I'm like brain farting. But either way, in Wuthering Waves, it feels really slow. But in this game, it feels fast. I don't know if it feels fast to you guys, but it feels like it's at running speed, or at least slightly faster than running speed. Either way, I think the gliding system's pretty good. One other thing, the other travel that you can do are vehicles. Now you have an option between a bunch of different vehicles if you've unlocked it. I can use either my Jeep, my car, or my bike. The car is going to be the fastest vehicle you can get. The bike is pretty nice because you'll be able to traverse off the road. You're not going to be able to do any off the roading with the car, but the car is the fastest. And then, of course, I'm not too sure what to use the truck for yet, but I got a truck and it looks cool. So I'm assuming in later games, it's probably going to let you put like shit in the back to kind of make it a traveling fortress of some kind. That'd be pretty sick. One thing I really wish they would include in the game is it'd be cool if they can add like, I know you can, here, let me show you. So if you're in the passenger seat, you can't really, I can't, there we go. If for some reason it wasn't letting me. You can shoot from the window, which is awesome. But what I would like is if they add some Twisted Metal mechanics. Now, I don't know how many of you out there remember Twisted Metal, but if you can mount machine guns to the front of the car and start shooting other cars or like start shooting the enemies, that'd be so sick. I think that'll be amazing. Like if the driver can then shoot the machine guns that are mounted in the front, and let's assume that they're gonna turn this into like some kind of fortress. If you can then mount like turrets in the back or in the front, where you can have another passenger like kind of just chilling back here, mounted on that turret, just prop prop prop. That'd be so sick. And if these vehicles here can have some kind of gun on them as well, that'd be nice. I don't think the motorcycle would need a gun. I think it's pretty unique in the fact that it can travel over land and stuff. But I mean, if it gets a gun too, I'm not gonna say no. That sounds cool. Now, I would love it if the vehicles can have guns as well. But if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's not. The vehicles are fine the way they are. I just think it'd be cool if there's like a Twisted Metal mechanic. And the thing that I love about this game is that it does everything, and it does everything well. There's some parts that it does poorly, but well, actually, I wouldn't say poorly. I don't think it does anything poorly. It does everything well or good. You have your base building part of the game, which was really fun. It wasn't hard. It was pretty intuitive. You know, you press B to open up your crafting. You right click to open up your menu, and then you go through your stuff. You cycle what you want. You got your special materials here, and then you got your foundations, and then you got your walls, your corners, your roofs, your ceilings, stuff like that. Very straightforward, very easy, no different than some other crafting games. They kind of clip in very easily as well. The only issue I had when doing this is that some of these portions of the walls here, like this one, we'll go with this one. This concrete wall actually has two sides. One where it's concrete, and the other one that looks like it looks like this black and white. Now the issue here is that it took me a while to figure it out, but once I did, it was pretty easy. You notice how I didn't really get to choose. I want the bronze side on the other side, and I could not figure out how to do that. So I picked it back up, and I kept trying to place it so the arrow was facing the other way. I use the mouse wheel, and sometimes it'll just do that. That's because I pushed it too much. It's a little sensitive, but if you just lightly tap it, you can go ahead and choose which side you want to put it on. I'm gonna go ahead and demolish it. My base is kind of not great. It doesn't look nice. I didn't build it to look nice. I was at first, and then I said, nah, this is too much work. I'm just gonna build it to be efficient. So I made it kind of like a block. It looks like garbage, and then I put the turrets around it. That way I can go ahead and farm some Starcraft. What else do I have to say about the game? You do have a vending option where you get to put a vending machine. Now, I would suggest if you do want to sell your items, don't put yourself in like the corner of nowhere. You may want to build your base next to the road, because you're going to have players passing by all the time on the road. Just place your base near the road, and then put your vending machine somewhere along the edge here, and then, you know, players can stop by and see what you got. Right now I don't have anything on here. I got a lot of blueprints that I'm planning on selling, so I'll probably do that. That's a monster, don't worry about that. So right now you can go ahead and sell a few things. Right now I'm selling like drinks and food, but you can sell parts and tools as well. I can sell, let's see, I can sell turrets, grenades. I don't believe you can sell weapons, but you can sell the blueprints to those weapons. And I can probably sell these because I've already learned them. You can sell some special items like formulas here, furniture formulas. I should probably learn the you can sell seeds as well as crafting materials, and then you can just sell them for energy links. And you can make a little mini store. There's a lot of there's a lot that goes into the crafting. It may be overwhelming at first, but once you learn it, it'd be pretty straightforward. There's a lot of stuff that you realize that you don't really need. Um, One thing I do want to talk about as well is the menu. I know it seems a little bit chaotic because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Like, what the fuck, mods? Okay, I can see mods. Explore guys, what's all this shit? What do I do here? And, you know, they're just rewards. It's kind of like achievements, and then you collect it. I know it seems overwhelming because there's a lot of options, but again, it's just something. I know I explained this as well when I was playing Zenless Zone Zero. When it comes to these kind of menus, you just got to keep playing and navigating. I wouldn't focus too hard trying to learn the entire menu when you first start. It'll just come to you naturally as you play through the game. The game has you do like optional quests, and those quests would guide you through the menu so you can learn how to do some of the other things. So you can learn how to navigate it, or you can just go ahead and play through it like I did, ignoring every quest, get to the end game, and then decide to learn how to learn how to navigate the menu. But if you take some time and just kind of play the game and go through the menu slowly, take it like a little bit at a time, you'll eventually learn what everything does. And it turns out that it's not that complicated. It's actually pretty straightforward. It's an easy to navigate menu. Like, I already know how to claim my rewards here. Yeah, easy. I saw a glowing yellow thing. It said I had something. Let's go to the glowing yellow thing, and then keep following the glowing yellow thing, and then you collect your rewards if you clear the task. All right, this game, I don't believe it deserves a mixed review. I think this was a great game. It's an amazing game, especially for a free-to-play game. And if you honestly do support or like this game, I suggest to buy the Battle Pass, because it'll support the devs, and it'll support the game, and hopefully they will continue this kind of hold on. There's supposed to be like a pretty big boss monster here. He hasn't spawned back yet. I think someone's been farming him. Alright. Let me see. So yeah, go ahead and purchase the Battle Pass, support the game. And if you don't want to, that's fine. There's enough people. I've already seen a lot of people purchase the Battle Pass. There's already people supporting the game, and I think it's gonna do well. I think it's gonna do great. I'm waiting for the next phase, and I am probably gonna go ahead and play another game while I wait for the next phase, because I don't want to. I don't know what to do now, since I basically maxed out everything I wanted to max out and got what I wanted to get. Let me change back to my gear before I forget. My fighting gear. All right, if I had to rate the game, I'd probably give it a high 8. Maybe a 9. There's still a few things that I probably fix. You know what? No, I'd give it a high 8. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a high 8. And that's because as much as I love this game, I really wish there was better skin options. When it comes to a game that's free to play, like this, and you're making your skins the main selling point, I think there needs to be more variety other than, gritty. I would like some degenerate clothing as well. So I would like more skin options other than just looking intense. There's I guess what some people would find like adorable skins, like the cat or the skirt one. Oh hey, what the hell? There's the boss. Yeah, he's over there. Up. Up. 22. Nice. The most I hit for was 25k. All right, guys. I'm gonna be taking a break from this game for now until the next phase drops. But I'm gonna be playing Throne and Liberty. I believe that is also a free-to-play MMO that just came out. I don't really know much about it. I just know it's free-to-play, and if it's free-to-play, I'm probably gonna play it. So I'll see you guys later, and let me know what you guys think about this game, because I'd like to know other people's thought other than, oh, I don't like the license agreement. The license agreement. The license agreement's not a big deal. Like every game does it. Vanguard, Easy Cheat, like they're all collecting your data. It's it's not a problem. It really isn't. But if you guys really do not like it, then that's fine. You know, you don't want to trust a company like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I know I kind of made fun of it, but it's really not a big deal. If you don't trust it, do not play the game. You shouldn't play something that you're not comfortable. But I'm letting you know now. I don't think it's a big deal. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. I'll be back playing this when the next phase drops. I'm gonna go ahead and get off and play some Throne and Liberty. I was gonna play the horror game. What was it called? It was a free horror game that was online for a bit. Let's see if I can find it really quick. What was it called? It's just called horror game. Oh, House of Torment. That's what I wanted to play. Yeah, House of Torment. So I'll probably play that later if I get enough people who are interested in it, or if I get bored of Throne and Liberty, I'll go ahead and jump on that and see how that is. I heard it's decently scary, so I'm excited to play that. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna head over to Throne and Liberty. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game. I'm really interested because it seems to be pretty split here, with people liking it and people hating it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.